Good afternoon, my friends. Hitchhiking Yeti here, and today I'm in Clermont, Florida, nowhere near Washington, D.C., even though this tractor trailer says White House on it. White House replica, actually. Today we are going to go check out some roadside attractions here. We're about 20 miles to the north of Walt Disney World, and I decided to drive up this way this morning just to kind of get out of the parks, get back on the road, look at some roadside attractions I want to share with you. One thing I definitely wanted to see while I'm here in the area is the Citrus Tower, which is a tower that's over 200 feet tall, and it was actually built back in the 1950s where you could just kind of gaze out and check out all the wonderful citrus groves back in the day when they used to, you know, have a lot of oranges here in the area. There is none no more. I don't know where they grow oranges in Florida at this moment, but this Clermont right here in this area where this Citrus Tower is no more. Now it is just a place, a roadside attraction. You can go buy a ticket. I think it costs about $10 or $11 or something like that to go to the top and kind of look around. And they supposedly have a really good coffee shop downstairs. I will probably be buying a coffee before I take the elevator ride up to the top. But this is where we are going, and that is the Citrus Tower. So yes, it is very, very tall in stature. I mean, I could see this thing miles away before I even got here. So should be a lot of fun. So let's head up, buy us a ticket, check the place out a little bit, and have a good time today. Let's get started. All right, I just walked in the door here, and they have some merchandise that you can buy. They have some t-shirts right here, different colors and variations. I like that: London, Paris, Rome, Clermont, just to show you the stature of this little town. And right here they have a model of the Citrus Tower itself. From a distance I thought it was actually a Lego, but it's not. And then right here we have the menu of the Citrus Coffee Company. Right here's some of the items. They got their latte. Looks really good. Look at that. That's an orange cream latte. Might try that. I've never seen anything quite like that before. Salted caramel I've had before. So maybe that, yeah, maybe that orange cream latte. We might try that out. So they got different items on here for you. Looks really nice. And right here they have like a display of some of the oranges from back in the day. And then right here they have this. It's very interesting. It says this is the timer for the clock that rang the Westminster and hour strike. It was also used to set times for the roll player music by the electro-mechanical bells. Right here a little bit of history. Then they have all their travel stuff as the light just come on. Wow, that was bright. And then they have a pin here where all the people that has visited here has actually put pins from what part of the world they're from. That is pretty interesting. Obviously the eastern part of the United States is heavily traveled to this area, but it really is crazy just to look around and look at like in Sweden, Russia. I mean, look way up here. It's like in Siberia. Can you imagine that? Coming to Florida, look at that one way up there at the top. It's pretty fantastic. And there's one. Whoa. That is so wild. And a few people from Greenland. Pretty cool. Then right over here behind me we have some more displays of some old school stuff. Look at that Viewmaster right there. You guys ever had a Viewmaster? I remember that when I was a kid. That's pretty cool. These old plates. Very decorative. I love old school stuff. Look at that picture. That's dating back a ways. Weather frog. And there's another Viewmaster right there. It's a gray one. I think mine was more like this blue one right here. This one right here might even be older from the looks of it. And of course, they got some binoculars, which would come in very handy, I bet, at the top of the tower, viewing the groves. So right in there is the coffee area where you order your coffees, and they have these little like corridors that leads outside. And then look at this old school picture here of the tower. Look at that car right there. Whew, that is dating back to maybe the 70s or 60s. It says Citrus Tower, elevator, even had a restaurant, now serving. That is pretty cool. And then right over here they have yet another photo. Look at this little patch right here. That's almost like a hidden Mickey. Look, it's like circular with the maybe the ears. Looks a little bit more like Oswald and Mickey, but you know, you kind of get what I'm saying there. So right here in this area, they actually have some items. It says Citrus Tower swag pricing. All kinds of cool little things over here, you know. Very touristy. Nice little pins. Got some stickers up here. Check out some of this prayer oil. I don't think I've ever seen that before, actually. These little cute things right here. That's pretty cool. Some little chiclets. Got citrus lemon candies. There they got citrus tower. Kind of hated they don't have the tower itself. Instead, it's just an orange. And also they got some sunglasses. All right, I have my coffee. We got our latte. It's time to ride to the top. Right there's the adults, $11. Child, $7. Senior, $10. And right here is the artwork on the door to go up to the top of the Citrus Tower. So we're headed up to the second floor. They have some cool stuff here. Right here it is. It says built in 1955. Grants opened July 1956. It is 226 feet tall, 543 feet above sea level. 22-story building. Really cool. Here you can see 35 miles around on the horizon. That's going to be pretty impressive. And I gotta say something else that's impressive. This latte. This orange cream vanilla latte. Man, this orange cream latte is amazing. Really is delicious. Wow. Man, this is pretty impressive. The view is just magnificent. Check out. They have these little signs up here that kind of gives you your bearings of what you're looking at, you know. Clermont 1 mile in that direction. Out there to the west. And look at this one. Gulf of Mexico, 60 miles. Well, the sign coming up inside the elevator actually said we had a 35-mile horizon view. So we can't quite make it to the Gulf, but it's in that direction right there. So we seen what was to the west. Right here is to the north. Florida's largest spring-fed lake is 5 miles. Over 17 million citrus trees are within the 2,000 square mile area seen from the tower. So that's back that direction. I know one thing. There is quite the abundance of homes right over there in that area. One thing that's missing that you used to see back in the 50s, and that's the citrus groves. Just look at it now. Everything's just built up. You got Publix, you got a belt down there. I'll tell you one thing, that is a beautiful body of water right off to the west. I think it's called Weeki Wachee Lake. Must be Indian, since this is Seminole country, right? Oh, say it ain't so. I forgot my binoculars. Totally. Having some binoculars would be pretty cool, because if you can see right ahead of us, we're looking due east now. Try to zoom in. You can see the skyline of Orlando. Right there is Orlando, Florida. That is pretty cool. You can see some of the hotels, high-rise hotels, right there in the center of the screen, way off on that horizon. You might can see a little bit. That could be like Kissimmee, Disney area right in there. Seeing that Orlando is right here and Kissimmee, Disney is just, you know, right off I-4 southwest of Orlando, downtown Orlando. We have another picture, an old school picture from back in the day. All the cars parked down there. Really cool. And then we have these old like calendars and papers up here. Look at this right here. Oh man, it was a Citrus Tower packing house off of Highway 27. Look at the prices back then. I bet it's a lot more expensive than that today, for sure. It's kind of funny. Before I made my way up here today, I talked to my mother on the phone to tell her how I was doing here on vacation, and I told her I was going to the Citrus Tower today in Clermont, and she was like, me and your daddy went there. Like right after we got married, back in the 70s, we actually went to the Citrus Tower and picked their own oranges back then. She said back then you could actually be driving down the road. I don't know if you're supposed to or not. You don't know my dad. Oh, look, there's some orange trees. Just pull on over there and grab a couple, you know. But yeah, I said, well, that's where I'm going today. So it's pretty cool because I wasn't even born then. It wasn't even a thing. But here it is, all these years later. I'm on vacation and I'm down here. So pretty awesome. Here I'm on the south side now, and it actually has Disney World listed 15 miles away. 1,442 natural lakes in Lake County, over 30,000 in Florida. So we kind of look off to the south. Don't really know what to, I don't think I can see anything from Walt Disney World. We try to zoom in. I think it's just about too far away to see anything referencing the Magic Kingdom. But I think right over there, though, you can see those hotels, buildings, right in that area. I think is about where it would be. And right down below me is where I started the video. You see that tractor trailer right there is actually where I started the video at, and that is a replica of the White House. And that there is actually like a Hall of Fame museum of the presidents of the United States. They have like wax figures and things like that in there. And something else we're going to go check out here in a minute. We're going to walk down there and check out that. You see that? It's like a Mount Rushmore. A very smaller version of Mount Rushmore, of course. Was fun. Door needs a little oil. So that was really cool. What beautiful views up there, right? That was so awesome. Now we're going to head down to the next door and check out the President's Museum and kind of walk around in a little bit and check it out. I don't know if it's open today or not. We'll check when we get down there, but definitely want to go check out that Mount Rushmore. I want to go see that. All right, friends, we have made it back down to ground level because we was up there a few minutes ago at the very top of the Citrus Tower, over 200 feet up. You know what? I got to say something. The panorama views were awesome. It was so beautiful out there, and just to look off to the east and see the large buildings of downtown Orlando, that skyline, that was really cool, really awesome. So now, if you, oh yeah, by the way, right now would be a good time after I took you up there with me to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and give me a like, because that helps me out a lot. I really appreciate that. If you have not subscribed yet and you like doing some traveling, come hang out with me, the Hitchhiking Yeti, right now. Hit that subscribe button. All right, now that being said, it is time. I'm not Optimus Prime or nothing, but right there is the House of Presidents. Yes, it has a replica of the White House. And then right over here we have another replica in the shadows. And that is Mount Rushmore. And we're going to go check that out immediately. Have a little table over here. You can have a little lunch, little brunch here at this replica, much smaller replica, because I've actually been to Mount Rushmore before. Never documented it here on YouTube because I didn't even have a YouTube channel when I traveled there last, but that is pretty cool. Pretty darn cool. And right there is Mr. George Washington. You know what? To be just kind of a plastic, is it foam? What is this made out of? Let's find out. Yeah, it's like some kind of plastic. But they really did a pretty good job with it, really. I mean, it's a nice detail. Really awesome. Is these rocks right here fake too? Yeah, man, they're just plastic. Look at that. They use that for props in movies like Superman to make him look, you know, all strong and everything. This is pretty cool, though. And then right over here, this is what you would, if you actually went to the real Mount Rushmore, this here's what you would actually look through. This is like the viewfinder. You would actually hit this button and look in there and be able to see it. Which this one here ain't gonna work, because why? That's right. It does not have nothing to view out of unless you take these screws out right here, maybe. And just pop those out and then come off and then boom. But I don't think this is real, because this feels very plasticky too, but I totally get it. I totally get what they're going for here. That is, it's pretty cool. So as I'm sitting here looking at this viewfinder, I think maybe, I wonder if one time, like it's got this red button right here. I wonder if one time you could push this button and it would activate a picture in here from the real Mount Rushmore. But now it does nothing, absolutely nothing. It's just here for looks now. But I wonder if one time that's what actually went on here. I could totally see that. Just thought I'd give you a little scale. The size. All right, now we're going to wave goodbye to the Mount Rushmore. Say hello to some really fake carpet type of a grass out here. And walk around to the front of the White House. And right here we have the President's Hall of Fame welcomes you. Ronald Reagan, a national treasure. For over 40 years, visitors and collectors have entered our doors into a world of exquisite and unique and one-of-a-kind displays. All right, man. It's got some banners up here. The White House replica. You know, it's kind of cool. There's quite a few people that has built White House replicas that they live in. I know there's one down in Atlanta, Georgia, and I believe there's one up in Maryland or up around Washington, D.C., which I've never seen them before, but they're on the list to go see someday, just because I just think that would be really interesting. And right here is possibly my favorite president of all time, Honest Abraham Lincoln. Always like, oh, Honest Abe. Here's Abraham's boot. Shining bad boy. Here is Abraham, which I've been to Washington, D.C. and seen the real Abraham Lincoln Monument. Way bigger than this one, I can guarantee you that. I mean, this is a good little size, but this one here is probably, I don't know, maybe a third of the size of the actual. The actual one's pretty big. Pretty big. So now I have walked over here on the west side of the building. The White House, replica White House, of course. And they got something here at the regular White House, the real one in Washington, D.C. does not have. And that is a replica of the Statue of Liberty. And there it is. Standing tall, right next to the building. Pretty cool. Visit the White House replica. Open daily. I actually seen this because I came up this road. I was like right here. And I seen it and I stood out and I thought, oh man, I need to go over and take a picture of that. That's kind of cool. I'm such a tourist. But I like stuff like this. And this here is the back of the building. It actually has some signage back here. President's Hall of Fame. And right over here across the parking lot here at the President's Hall of Fame, we have this old rusted out Cadillac. That rust right there. Don't know if this car ever seen action or not, or is it just really old looking. Got the side skirts here where the Secret Service would have been standing on it. Pretty rough for wear in there. They got a phone. Pretty cool. Look at the top of that thing. All right. Well, my friends, I gotta say this will pretty much do it for me today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had a great time here in Clermont, Florida. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Maybe I will return sometime. I'm gonna have just a squeeze bit more time to, we might come back and go in the House of Presidents in the future, but not today, not in the cards. When I go to places like that, I like to really be able to take my time and see everything, show you everything. And today ain't that day, because I got to get back to Walt Disney World. My wife is waiting, and you never want to keep your wife waiting too long. Okay, when you say I'm going to be gone for this much time, you want to be pretty much close to that marker, or you know, the old saying, happy wife. Say it together: happy wife, happy life. And there's a lot of truth to that. If you're not married yet, you're going to be one day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Please subscribe to the channel and give me a like if you enjoyed today's content. It really means a lot to me. If you've ever been here before, or you've ever been to the House of Presidents, by all means put in the comment section down below. If you have any questions, I would love to answer them. Until next time, friends, I want all y'all to stay safe out there, and I will see you in my next adventure. Hitchhiking Yeti. I'm out of here. See you later. Y'all stay safe. I will see you next time.